Alright, AKAPADers, we're back talking James Gunn. He just trashed something. Not really. You have to go into a DeLorean and go back in time, but it's still a good trashing. Everyone's talking about it. We have to get into it. Alright, AKAPADers, Peter A. DeLuca here, AKAPAD69, and say with me, we're going to be quick. Known through Philadelphia, PA, Europe, and the multiverse as the Eclectic One. We're talking James Gunn, we're talking Batman, we're talking tweets from 10 years ago that are right now enraging everyone, and rightfully so, because... And I don't think this has any effect with his current position. I don't even believe for a microsecond that anyone in Warner Brothers, anyone in Zaslav's office, right, the great mastermind of Warner Brothers Discovery, I don't think anyone in that inner circle, in that executive branch, is looking at a tweet, looking at a tweet from like 10 years ago saying, we have a problem. No one is saying that. But what we do have, we got the lower tier, we got the vocal minority, we got the voices, and we have Twitter, we have the internet animately against these tweets from 10 years ago, trashing Tim Burton's Batman, trashing Christopher Nolan's Batman, trashing Batman Begins, trashing the 89 Batman, making fun of the Joker makeup, really kind of going heavy. And I debated these because these have been on my radar for a while. I did not believe that they were real when I first saw them. I forget the first news article website that it populated for me on, but I'm going to include links to some of this analysis from other sites down below. Only to be fair, because I thought the story was going to get traction immediately. It looked like it didn't. But it looks like some of the people like myself who commentate and track a little bit of what James Gunn is doing and saying, those people basically added it to their content canon, meaning it has to be discussed and it has to be analyzed, or we gotta give our spin on this. Now, from my perspective, this is not important at all on anything involving James Gunn co-CEO status of DC Studios. The reason is, just realistically speaking, no executive in power or within Zaslav's executive branch circle no one really would care. But James Gunn, we know he's addicted to Twitter. We know he's addicted to attention. We know, like part genius writer, part genius filmmaker, but also part genius marketer. He knows how to stir the pot. Now, I believe, I would have to double check. I'm not 100% sure I even follow James Gunn anymore. I unfollowed him for a while. Now, with this current string of videos, I may have just clicked that follow. But it's glorious to me because James Gunn is addicted to Twitter, and James Gunn is amongst the pushback of what you would call the vocal minority that's on Twitter and on social media. Tweets of him trashing Jack Nicholson's makeup, tweets of him trashing Batman Begins, which it's unfathomable to me. I was just watching that movie like not long ago. I always randomly put on Batman Begins because this comes from the film buff mind here. Tron Legacy, Friday the 13th, the most recent one, and Batman Begins to me is my trilogy of reboot / update / sequel movies. I believe, and each one hits a particular genre like perfectly. I don't know, people. Batman Begins to me is still the prototype of what a reboot is, what a reboot means. I think we're in an age where just that term alone, reboot, is just trite, we'll say. But it's beyond me that James Gunn, just as a creative mind, can even trash the 1989 Batman movie. There is so much odd and weird and what you might label as what doesn't fit perfectly does. I mean, Robert Wuhl in Batman 1989 completely makes that movie for me. Kim Basinger, Vicky Vale, her entire presence, her entire idea, it's just nothing but a callback to Hollywood glam. It's amazing that her, just as a talent to how she appears through the lens, is in a movie that is essentially a pulp Batman like movie. It's insane that she's even there and able to do what she does in front of the lens. And then on top of that, we have Bob Ringwood with some of the best uh, costume design on Earth. We have Danny Elfman. We all know that score. That score is permanently embedded in all of our heads. And Batman '89 has become somewhat of a flag, not a lantern, but a flag. It's a battle cry to that era. That movie inspired so many people and continues to do. Because of that love for that movie, we give a huge pass to Batman Returns. Not saying that it's not what it is. It perfectly is. But even the love for '89 Batman flows into Batman Returns because we just view it as a continuation, and we're able to forget the marketing disaster that Batman Returns was, namely the McDonald's Happy Meal. And when it comes to Nolan, you really have to look at the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight. I just remember seeing that in the theater, and you're just blown away scene by scene. There's so many interesting characters and slight little baby nuances in that movie. I still don't quite understand the logic of the third act, and I hate when people use that term, but really just how that movie wraps up. It doesn't matter because the journey is so good and so much fun, and it really is. People, we have to say that version of the Joker is the version of the Joker. I love the Jared Leto Joker. I love that Joker so much. I just would have really enjoyed seeing that Joker get expanded into other, not just film, but other media, period. I really feel like that Joker should have taken over the entire DC extended universe at the time, meaning like he just like if there's an Aquaman movie, like that Joker is doing something, in that Aquaman movie, kind of bookending movies in a particular way. But no, Jared Leto's Joker was doomed from the beginning because it is in the shadow of the Dark Knight Joker, and because of that, you have to give Jared Leto a ton of credit. You really do, for just taking on the role and going as deep into it as he did. But I don't know, people. I got links for these tweets. I'm going to also link everything to AKAPAD.com if you guys want detailed, just like bigger screenshots of the tweets, because I really didn't believe it, and I gave James Gunn a lot of credit, but I kept seeing more and more of these articles, and I just think of creative, imaginative minds. Batman Begins, Dark Knight, Batman Returns, Batman 1989. They just speak to us, and I say us because I know a lot of you out there. We all do the same things. We try and make content. We try and put our names out there. We try and give our perspective. We try and come off as experts, but along the way too, we're also creating from the drawing table. And that's like pretty much like a three-headed dragon that a lot of people chase. I'm trying to embrace it and do as much with it as possible. But people, I will tell you, there's so many times where I hit the drawing table and I will put on Batman 1989 and blast it in the background from another room, just from the audio. It's spectacular. It's so odd to me that someone like James Gunn, who has made Slither, who has made Guardians of the Galaxy, who wrote Belko Experiment, and I'm just Brightburn, like the odd and the weird and the tangent to the side is really his style. And I say tangent to the side because, you know, like just for example, like the way how he wrote and created Drax for the first Guardians of the Galaxy. He created this tangent to the side version of that character that is now the permanent version of that character. It's extraordinary, especially with a character as old as Drax. You know, we know Iron Man 55. But no, people, a little bit of a rant. I just had to get that off my chest.